I'm Tom. I'm originally from Germany, and I've always been painting my whole life, and that's basically what I've been doing for most of the time. I had a background in finance, but painting, always takes over. So it's a nice combination of finance and art. These two worlds kind of work together very often. Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in creating extremes, like extreme colors, extreme shapes, extreme concepts, and sort of juxtaposing them with each other. And I've been doing this quite actively on large-scale canvases prior to coming to the university here. But I feel like your practice always needs to develop. You always need to sort of take it to the next step. And this is one of the main reasons why you would pursue an MFA, to really get your practice to another level, right? To get new concepts, new ideas, and sort of incorporate them into your practice and have it evolve, right? You can never stand still. That's kind of my philosophy as an artist, that you can never rest on your laurels. You can never be complacent. You always need to look for that sort of next thing, right? To always challenge yourself and, as my tutors say, get out of your comfort zone. So that's a very, I think, important thing. Well, I have a lot of freedom with my practice. So my tutors don't tell me what to do, right? They really get into my sort of way of thinking and try to understand what interests me and sort of provoke me, let's say, a little bit to get further into that, to think more from a conceptual point of view as well. So that is something that's really ongoing, and it's really, really fascinating and exciting to push your practice into a new direction, where you have something more meaningful to say as well, where you have different topics that you want to address that you haven't really done prior to starting with this course. So that's something that really is very, very helpful. I have been I wouldn't say well-read, but I've been very aware of the major artists of the 20th century and largely also the contemporary artists today. But what this course does, it adds a much deeper layer sort of to the contemporary thinking of art critics, the concepts as well that you really weren't aware of prior to coming here. So if you have scratched the surface prior to this course, now you're really getting into the subject matter. So prior there was just the tip of the iceberg, and now we're really getting into the iceberg, And there's a lot to discover. The MA course, I can recommend it for anybody who really wants to achieve and really wants to create something meaningful for himself as an artist, who wants to leave a legacy eventually, hopefully, as an artist. So if you want to just continue doing what you do and you're happy with it, by all means you can just continue with that. But if you sort of have this lack of complacency, you want to get something, you want to really get to the next level of your artwork and your thinking of your artwork, I can highly recommend it, because, as I said, it gets you out of your comfort zone, it exposes you to new ideas, and it can only be good for your practice. I mean, it might be uncomfortable sometimes, but that's a good thing, believe me. No pressure, no diamonds, as they say. Well, definitely the prestige of a UK degree is undeniable. The quality of UK education is also undeniable. I've done a previous master's in London previously, and there's no question about it. In terms of prestige of the degree, and the English language, of course, and the international focus of Britain, Great Britain in general, it's not just cultural, it's also political, having the British Empire once ruled the entire planet. So it's a global approach. So if you go through a British university, I believe you are opening the gates to a very global sort of outlook on things. And I think that's one of the big things that you should consider.